Data traffic keeps growing exponentially, but revenues are not keeping pace. Communication services providers everywhere want to more fully monetize bandwidth and deliver the appropriate level of service to each user. But to make that happen, CSPs need new business models and the right enabling systems. Today, operators realize that incompatibilities between charging and policy management systems keep them from implementing the needed changes. Could integrated charging and policy from a single vendor be the answer? And what benefits does this approach offer? In this program, two of the industry's leading experts, Gartner Research Director Kamlesh Bhatia and Comverse Managing Director Jacques Maupin, explore how you can grow revenues at the same steep rate as consumption of data services and how you can find the right integrated solution to enable this strategy. And we begin with Gartner Research Director Kamlesh Bhatia. Kamlesh, welcome. So, how well are operators optimizing their mobile data businesses?
Communication service providers, or CSPs, are under severe pressure given decline in their traditional revenue sources of voice, messaging, and basic data access. Among the major reasons are competition in local markets that are driving prices down, in addition to a very high substitution effect for services like basic voice with voice over IP and messaging. So, for example, the application provider WhatsApp claims to have processed over 18 billion messages during New Year's Eve. Examples like these and many more are creating pressure on CSP revenues and margins. There has been a huge surge in consumption of data on mobile. CSPs in many markets are seeing data consumption on their networks start to multiply. Based on projections, we at Gartner expect mobile data to grow to over 90 million terabytes by 2016, which is nearly 7 times the consumption it was in 2012. As data consumption increases exponentially, the biggest challenge for CSPs will be to monetize this growth. As we see it today, there is a disconnect between revenues and traffic growth for CSPs. Incremental increase in data traffic on the networks is not resulting in proportional revenue growth for most operators. A big reason for this is the visible disconnect between pricing and consumption. In effect, CSPs have largely been incapable of evolving their charging models fast enough to keep pace with change in consumption pattern of their subscribers, especially for data services. This is now starting to have a disastrous effect not just on their own margins, but their ability to support high-value users that often get poor customer experience despite paying significantly more as the networks are heavily congested.
How important is it to align charging and policy to profitably sell data?
One of the first response CSPs have had over many years to managing data explosion is to throw more bandwidth at the problem. While such a strategy served the purpose in the early days of mobile data, it is not sustainable given the expected growth in data consumption. So, communication service providers have to start investing in better planning techniques based on more dynamic traffic management that also takes into account individual customer usage, real-time network congestions, and customer value. So integration of policy with charging is an absolute must for CSPs planning to grow their data business. It allows them to use pricing as a tool to manage consumption on the network. It can allow CSPs to better focus on margins. So if a particular service delivers better margins, then CSPs can incentivize users through special plans to grow uptake for that particular service. Policy rules can be an indispensable tool for service differentiation, especially with relation to customer experience. As networks become more focused towards delivering value-added capabilities and rich services, personalizing the user experience will be an important part of this business. CSPs can offer plans targeted at specific segments or user groups based on their consumption attributes.
What use cases that require tight alignment between charging and policy are becoming more popular?
There are a number of use cases that can benefit from closer alignment of policy and charging. The cost and effort to integrate these two components should be minimal to realize the benefit of time to market and return on investment. A single view of policy and pricing rules when defining data plans and promotions is very useful. We see communication service providers using policy management to move away from standard flat rate pricing for mobile data. Combination of attributes like subscriber profile or demographics, location, time of the day, type of device, and application used are gaining traction. Shared wallet plans that allow parents or employers to control consumption, or those that allow users to set controls like parental or roaming control, are quite popular. In other cases, CSPs are using policy-based control to offer customers on higher-priced mobile broadband dongles faster surfing speeds during peak periods. Using policy control with charging allows to overcome one of the biggest challenges this industry is facing today: how to quantify value and show it during and after the experience.
So, what trends do you see regarding the integration of charging and policy?
Here at Gartner, as we review RFPs, we see communication service provider clients increasingly bundle their requirement for charging with policy management. This is largely in the interest of standardization and time to market advantage. The emphasis is on out-of-box use cases that can be deployed in relatively short time with reduced integration cost. Another interesting trend we see is the increased involvement of non-technical teams, especially marketing and product management, that want to explore the benefits of integrated policy and charging. In a way, policy is moving away from being network-centric to being a business tool for value creation. Finally, the ability to respond in real time to network events while delivering a superior customer experience and maintaining margins is vital to the existence of communication service providers. We at Gartner believe that integrated charging and policy will play a strong role in allowing CSPs to achieve their technical and business goals, especially around mobile broadband.
Kamlesh, thank you. Kamlesh Bhatia is a research director at Gartner. And now let's welcome Jacques Maupin to the program. Jacques is the managing director of Comverse's Asian Pacific operations. Jacques, thank you for joining us. So, do operators view the monetization of mobile broadband as a serious challenge?
I hear this concern from our customers nearly every day. We strongly believe that the key to solving this problem for operators is to exploit the synergies between charging and policy. And I'd like to explain what I mean by that. First of all, as everyone knows, and as Kamlesh actually pointed out, mobile data traffic is growing exponentially, which could potentially represent a huge revenue opportunity for operators. But Kamlesh also identified a troubling disconnect between pricing and consumption. The best way to bring this into balance, to me, is to identify what users truly value and ask them to pay accordingly for it. As long as users are simply paying for a fixed price for a few gigabytes or even unlimited data plan, they avoid making choices as to what they need and what they want. They just take everything. Here is a list that allows us to start identifying what users might want enough to pay for: quality of service, simplicity, predictability, etc. Once we have made the important step of grasping what the user does value, it just takes a little creativity to design personalized plan that closely reflects users' perception of value and for which they should be able to pay for. You just need to empower the business and marketing groups within the organization to envision such data plans. This allows operators, as Kamlesh puts it, to better personalize the user experience and stop delivering the lowest common service level to everyone, including the high-value customers. The result, once the right plans are in place, is the creation of value by giving distinct subscriber groups what they are looking for and asking them to pay for it appropriately. So what is holding the operator back? We have identified a major stumbling block to putting in place the right set of data plans. What makes it difficult to quickly and flexibly bringing tailored usage keys to the market? What is holding back operators is the incompatibility between charging and policy systems. Of course, it is understandable that network and IT do not work well together. They are managed by separate groups within the organization, different culture, use much different data models, and use their own languages. Attempts to bridge these differences through standard-based integration can at best cover a few simple use cases. The least common denominator approach will never deliver the time to market, the customer experience, and the operational efficiencies that operators are looking for. I believe that Comverse does provide an alternative here. Our Comverse One, extended with policy management and policy enforcement, enables operators to achieve better monetization by quickly deploying more personalized data plans. It allows the operator to focus on delivering the right quality of experience and creating additional value rather than just counting bytes. Personalized offers give subscribers the value they are looking for, increasing loyalty and adding to the ARPU. By enhancing subscriber choice with real-time visibility into plan status, along with rich self-service capabilities. We at Comverse offer the unified solution that bridges network and IT, supporting a broad set of use cases out of the box, enabling smart monetization as well as efficient network resource utilization. Our PCRF was purposely built to be business-oriented with ready-to-implement rules tailored to specific users group. And since the solution uses a consistent data model, the number of use cases can be easily expanded and combined into well-tailored data plans to meet the unique needs of any user group. So the Comverse One solution makes business support system a strategic asset that enables the operator to manage and enforce policies that are both subscriber and network aware, allowing you to smartly monetize content and data services. A broad, modular and tightly aligned BSS, PCRF, PCEF framework is the foundation that operator needs for simplified and effective operations, consistently providing positive customer experiences, yielding accelerated time to market, and unlocking significant operational savings. We believe that doing charging and policy correctly means doing them together as one system.
Jacques, thank you. Jacques Maupin is the Managing Director for Comverse's Asian Pacific operation. And thank you again to Gartner analyst Kamlesh Bhatia for his insights. To find out more, please visit www.comverse.com. Thank you.
Gartner is an impartial, independent analyst of the information technology industry. All content provided by other enterprises is expressly the views of those enterprises and the speakers. The information should not be construed as a Gartner endorsement of said enterprise's products or services.